Did I just hear Tobin slander on my good podcast? Good morning, Lamb Tops! Welcome back to another wonderful day on the inferior red side. Welcome in. Lulu, it's Lulu! Kuromiya wasn't real. Chat, it's time to take your meds. VTubers were never real. Hi, Lulu! Hi, Mons! Good morning, Lamb Tops! It's so good to see you! Welcome to a very rare Sheepium podcast episode delivered to you solo. I mean, the very special guest today is you, chat. You're welcome. You were invited. You're getting paid in exposure, as it is supposed to be. Medium rare. Actually, very soggy and uncooked. I don't know how to operate the oven, and I'm very afraid. Diable, good morning, Meg. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Pancake. Runes, good morning. It's so good to see you guys. It's going to be very awkward on the podcast without any background music. I can tell you this much. It's going to be very awkward. It's been so long since we had an episode, chat. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I hope you guys are ready to crumble. Can I get Wait, we do have worms here. Can we get some worms in the chat? Are you guys ready? It's time for podcast. You saw nothing. You saw absolutely nothing, chat. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sheepium podcast. It's me, Funny Gamer Sheep. For those that are here for the very first time today, my name is Lulu. I normally stream on Twitch every Wednesday to Sunday at 3 p.m. GMT. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the Burgerlanders on the East Coast. Welcome today to the podcast as a very special guest, my very own Chad. Chad, introduce yourself. It's very quiet in here. Say hi. So many items on the table. Yes, there are. I decorated a little bit. It looked so empty. It looked so empty for today. We don't normally do solo episodes here, though I have completely speed ran all by myself the interview with my dad, since my dad doesn't speak English, so I was just talking to the robot readout voice for the longest amount of time. A podcast of solo is. I promise Chad's guest will be back on the Sheepium podcast in the new year. I have one more solo episode planned where we'll be talking about VTubing in 2025. So if you guys are aspiring VTubers or already ready to debut in 2025, I hope I can give you guys some advice as a VTuber manager to go and start your journey off right in the new year, teach you a little bit about the algorithms, and get you guys some help so you can get started as well as possible. Hello, I'm a chatter, long-time follower, 6-month stream streak watcher. Wait, we got stream streaks? I thought those were a myth. Wait, really? Professional streamer, please be patient. For today's episode, we'll be recapping the entirety of the entire year. Welcome to the 2024 Sheepium recap! Sheep! On Twitch, I think we do. I wanna look into that. I didn't know we still had stream streaks. I thought that all despawned like a long time ago. That's crazy! Intense! Kuromiya, Lucian's Tobin's, nice to meet you all. I love my chat! What the heck? I don't think you stream streaks, but I've been watching stream for 6 months. Oh, okay. So please keep track how long you've been watching. If you cannot keep track of it, we do have really cool badges over on the Twitch stream for every little milestone. We got 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years. We're gonna get a 4-year badge very soon. My streaming anniversary is in the middle of February, 1 day after Valentine's Day. So we'll be special celebrating the special occasion this year with a long stream. Stay tuned for the announcement. Let's go. I actually have nothing to plug today apart from our wonderful sponsors. Do you guys remember who they are, chat? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember who our wonderful sponsors are? The Sheepium podcast is brought to you by Turtle Beach. Get 10% off your Turtle Beach order with code Kuromiya. Link is in the description below. And for those Spotify listeners, also in the description. I don't know where to find a description on Spotify. I'm new to Spotify. Please be patient. And we're also presented to you by Gamer Subs. Get 10% off your Gamer Subs order with code Holy Sheep and stay more awake. Actually got some Gamer Subs right here. In my new Christmas coffee mug that I got for Christmas. Let's go. Thank you, mods. Thank you. Turtle Beach. Turtle Beach is the greatest. I'm on the Turtle Beach keyboard right now. I actually got one custom button. A friend of mine made. They put little koi fish in it. It's not very practical, but it was exchangeable on my keyboard. So you guys might see the koi fish button at our next handcam stream. I'm shy of 1 year. 1 year on the stream, how does it feel? Oh, Sheep. Heck yeah, sorry, I needed a sip of my Gamer Subs to drive the point home. Gamer Subs are the bestest. If you guys want a flavor to try, the cherry flavor is pretty good. Cherry flavor is pretty good. Anime Girl Thai is pretty good too. It's like an orange creamsicle flavor. Really good. Highly recommend. Are you guys ready to jump right into the recap? I have a long list of things to get through. Very little visual representation. Definitely because this is a podcast and not because I am lazy. It's Friday, chat. I don't got sheep to do. It's Friday. What else am I gonna do but hang out and be a vegetable with chat? 2024 was probably the busiest year I have ever had as a streamer. As little cliff notes, I started managing this year and everything got a little bit more hectic. I started managing other VTubers. I attended a sheep ton of conventions across the entire world. I got to go to Merca. I got to go to Sweden. Never been to Sweden as a VTuber before. That's poggers. I got to celebrate a bunch of really cool anniversaries, and we got to be on Twitch front page for the very first time. And then just 2 months, twice in the entire year, I had no idea that this was possible. That's so cool. The conventions were insane this year. I want to do more next year. Last night I sent out my convention applications for 2025. I've been looking at countries and states that I haven't guested in before, so people will get a little bit more of a chance, but the same issue as every year kind of happens, where most of the conventions in the US are on the West Coast. That's it. There's no secret there. The majority of anime and VTuber and gaming-themed conventions in the US are held on the West Coast. So if you guys have any recommendations of your local conventions, even if they're smaller, even if you're in a country where English isn't the main spoken language, it will speak other languages, please feel free to let me know. Either in our wonderful Discord server, link in the description below, or mods if you guys want, so you can post the link in the chat right now. Please let me know where to attend so I can come and say hi to you in the new year. I did apply to a convention in the Czech Republic because I haven't been there in a very long time and I really like it there. I want to go to Germany again. I did apply for 2 conventions in the US and 2 conventions in Canada. I'm really excited to see what will happen. What will happen? I wonder why does the East Coast not have anemone? They do, but a lot of the East Coast conventions in the US, unfortunately, are more comic book / commercial themed. So unless you're an artist in the artist alley, there isn't a lot of panels being held, and that's the main issue. Because if I'm gonna be a guest at a convention, what can I do, right? As a VTuber, what can I do? I can give a concert. The chances of me getting a concert to a convention that has no panels is next to 0, or I can go and apply for a panel and I can talk about VTubing and managing, so I can go and guest. So either of those are an option. Unfortunately, a lot of the East Coast conventions they're like big Comic-Con style conventions where maybe there's like an artist alley for independent people and some booths for big corporals, but we don't have that kind of budget here yet. One day, chat. One day when we have staff. Hopefully, but at the moment, unfortunately not. R.I.P. my East Coast homies. Rest in pepperoni. Maybe in the New Year's. There's a really cool new convention coming up in Florida that I applied to because I had a great time at Holiday Matsuri last weekend. We'll get to it at the very end of this recap, but I did finally get to go to Florida, and it was poggers. Everyone was so nice, and exactly what I imagined it was going to be like. Love Florida. Best state ever. Hopefully you will get many, many more. I hope so. All right, Dad. Are you ready to deep dive into this wonderful, wonderful 2024 recap? We're gonna go by month and then by the biggest events that happen. Some of these are quite empty because I do have off months. I have 2 months a year where I do a little bit less and I just do a bunch of prep work, and you will see why, because the following months are always insane. In January of 2024, we opened with a big banger. I got to be on Times Square in New York City promoting my original song Vital Signs. Thank you guys so much for all of the support. You have shown vital signs throughout the year. I do have 2 new original songs in production right now, so please look forward to them in the new year. I know the big meme has been I do 1 original song per year. I want to do more than that. But this year I did not have the time for it. There was absolutely no chance. Shortly after, I got to attend Anime Los Angeles with a meet and greet with the wonderful people from OC Live. Now, OC Live is a company that makes those little robot, controllable, pilotable, vtuber robot escort services where your little iPad on the robot and you get to control them from home. The lag was intense. I did not cause a traffic collision, but everyone at OC Live was really nice about it. They did know that I wasn't very good at driving the robot. But I got to meet some really cool people, and as the first convention of this year, was probably one of my favorites. I hope I get to go to Anime LA again in the coming year, but I had a really good time. Also, Vital Signs almost immediately reached 1K in January. That was crazy. 1,000 views for the music video on YouTube and 1,000 plays over on Spoofify, which was really, really fast. That's crazy. I did enjoy the Times Square ad with a lot, and we're doing another one in the new year. I wanted to wait until after the famous New York City New Year's countdown because they always have construction work, and this year I actually want to hear the ad from the recording. Last year I didn't get to hear anything because there were construction noises on both ends. We did get to play the commercial before its release on the 26th of December while they were building the little countdown with the ball, and then we played it again in the new year in January, and both times there was construction going on right next to it. So both recordings are just they're very loud and overshadowed with construction noise. Big thanks though to the Lantos that went all the way to New York City to take pictures of the billboard. I really appreciate it. February of 2024 was, as I said, my Twitch anniversary. It's my affiliate anniversary too. We didn't do a big celebration. I did 1 penalty wheel stream, which is okay. No big comments on that. I also went back to Billy for the first time in forever. And one of my very WTF shorts happened during that month. You guys remember when I went back to Billy after like almost a year break for New Year, for Lunar New Year, and I got to say hi to everyone again? I almost couldn't monetize my stream that year. I had to send a picture of my ID. I had to send a picture of my learner's driver's license and my face to Billy because they thought that I wasn't old enough to have an account. I got mad. I originally got put to review because I say this little vocal stem all the time, and I go blah 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 blah, and my subtitles in Chinese pick those up. And blah 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 in Chinese is slang for redacted. So Billy was like, we can't have this sheep doing that all the time. Please stop. You're gonna be put under manual review. We want to see if you're a real person and if you're old enough to stream and monetize on our site. So I was banned from Billy until an hour before my re-debut. Oh no, exactly! I'm not on Billy at the moment. I sadly don't have enough time right now. I might drop by for Lunar New Year again. But that was the experience of all time on Billy. I also got to collab with Culture. We got to release some really cool credit card sleeves, skateboards, and hoodies, and apparel. of my model at the time. And I got to hold a really cool 3D concert over here on the YouTubes. February was a big month. February was a really big month. I did really enjoy the collab with Ara Culture. I hope I hope my skateboard one day makes it. I really wanna use that skateboard so bad. VTuber skateboarding merch, holy sheep. In March of 2024, I got to celebrate my VTuber anniversary. My debut happens on March 14th in 2021. I've been here for almost 4 years. That's crazy. Holy sheep. This was my 3-year anniversary in March, and we did celebrate a little bit. I kept it on the down low because on April 10th, it's my birthmas. So the following month we got to subathon for a very long time. Also in March, the plushie fulfillments went out. I got to see my little plushie, and everyone got to take their little plushies home. Exciting. In April, I got to hold my birthday subathon as every year. We had Wi-Fi issues. Yippee. But we persevered, we stayed strong, and we subathon for the longest time 5 ever. We did break our record again this year. Later on, I'll get to it in a second. But that was a really, really long one. Also in April, I got to guest at Manchester Anime and Gaming Con and hold a 3D concert with my nun model. Darn ISPs for real though! My internet provider hates me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but every year on my birthday, I swear. I had a really good time in Manchester. This was my first British convention I think I've done ever? And there were so many this year. That was crazy. After Manchester Anime and Gaming Con and the 3D concert, I got to also guest at SumiCon in Las Vegas with Ara Culture, which was really cool. I got to see all the different itashas. I got to meet some of you guys. This was my first ever 18+ convention. I've never been guesting at an event where they have the my beautiful sponsor with the spicy red cans. And ID check at an event. All of the conventions I've ever been at have been all ages. So this was different, but I did really enjoy it. People were really nice and really cool. In May of 2024, I got my wonderful partnership with Turtle Beach. Can we get Turtle Beach in the chat? My beloved mods, can we get a Turtle Beach in the chat? Our wonderful, wonderful sponsors at Turtle Beach. Get 10% off your Turtle Beach order with code Kuromiya. Link is in the chat. Also in May, I got to reveal the new model. Not this new model, the model in between. The cultivator model, the 6.0, the great grand redesign of Kuromiya. Probably my most anticipated model up to the date, because this is the first time that I'm bringing in elements into my model that I personally really enjoy. Everything up to this point has been building a character, building a brand, and now we're finally at a point where I can do whatever the heck I want, and it's been wonderful. Thank you for letting me do this, chat. I really appreciate it. Also, at the end of May, I had a 10-day charity marathon. We've been approached by American Heart Association, and we got to join them for their 100-year celebration, which was really cool. This was the first time we ever had a sponsor drop into my DMs and be like, "Hey, Sheep, do you like heart attacks?" "No, me neither. Would you mind joining our charity event?" And we raised so much cash stunk money dollar. I'm really proud of you, lamb chops. You did great this year. Cultivator model is so iconic. I can't wait to use her again. I'm so excited. In June, we debuted said Cultivator Lulu model alongside the Error song cover, which is over here on the YouTube channel if you guys want to check it out later. And for those listening on Spotify, sorry, all covers only on the YouTube. Kuromiya Lucien on YouTube. Go have a look. Probably one of my favorite song covers I've done of all time. This was the first time ever that I've sang in my resting voice, not in my little voice. So I hope chat enjoyed it. I also got to enjoy a wonderful debut subathon right after. God, I love subathons. I really love subathons. And it got really, really warm really fast in this room, and we finally got air conditioning in May, which was necessary. This room is very small and sound treated, so every fart stays in here forever. If it gets warm in summer, the room reaches when we played, what was it, Hell Divers in June? It reached a whoop, and I have a picture of it. It says, 38 degrees Celsius indoors. In the middle of the night. Britlands, what the heck? After Subathon, I got to hold a meet and greet with my merch supplier, Yoronamachi, over at Offkai Expo, the VTuber convention. This is my second time in a row attending Offkai Expo, and it was wonderful. It was really crowded, and I sadly didn't get to meet everyone this time. I hope I get to, I hope they figure out their hall management for the new year and go to a bigger venue, because the event was so full that they had to control how many people were let into vendors' halls. So a lot of people missed the local to the booth only meet and greet this time, which is really awful. I hope that in the new year they'll figure it out so I actually get to see everyone. I also got to attend Dokomi in Germany and perform at a 2D concert. I've never done a 2D concert to this point. I was always waiting until we had 3D models for each individual model that I have. I got to perform some new songs. I got to speak some German. I hope it was audible. I hope it was understandable. I had a really great time. The vibe was very different from all the conventions I had done up to that point. The one in Germany, everyone was seated. Everyone was seated, so nobody could go and stand up and vibe, which was different. I was very worried that nobody came to see the concert, that they just wanted to sit down. And then as soon as the music started, everyone was going crazy, going apeshit, which is intense. It was really cool. Dokomi was a really great convention. I hope I get to go again next year. I had a great time. Probably one of my favorite conventions of all time. We got to release new merch with Yoronamachi, including the cool body pillow and our little squeezable keychains with the mini body pillow. They're still available, by the way. If anybody wants to grab some Lulu Summer merch, please enjoy. Also in June of 2024, I started my journey as a VTuber manager, which has been amazing and rewarding, sometimes stressful, as every human interaction is. But I've been, I think, changing my life for the better with it. A long time ago, before I rebranded as a purple sheep. We were pink here on this channel. I was a goth mommy. Everything was really cool. And I got scammed out of a VTuber model pretty badly. And I was in pretty deep debt. For 2024, I set myself the goal to get a second job and figure out how to pay that debt back, because it was really stressing me out. And I'm happy to announce that we made it. No more crazy VTuber model debt. Thanks to managing and second job, I've been able to do that and been able to do so many more projects and help so many more people on the side, which I think is crazy. We're going to have some really cool guests on the podcast, some of which have been management clients of mine that had a really cool experience. So I hope that chat really enjoys it. I hope chat will enjoy future episodes of the Sheepium podcast that way. I didn't think that me making a couple of advice videos for TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts would lead to me becoming a manager one day. I always thought I was too silly to teach anyone anything. And here we are. Crazy. Subathons were on point this year. Absolutely. To sponsor slid into the DMs. Heck yeah. Just waiting for my drip to start shipping. I hope you guys enjoy the new Uber Market merch. I hope you guys will like it. Good job getting that free. Thank you. It's been a long journey. I've been sitting on that for like 2 years or so, and it's been driving me insane. And I wanted to say what I say to all of my clients at managing in the chat. If you have something, you know, like content creation that you're very passionate about, please pursue it, but be financially responsible. Bad things happen all the time. People get scammed left and right. And not just in this community, in general. It can happen. It's to anyone. So be careful. And if you have to take a step back, you know, work a different job for a little bit. Sometimes it just be like that. Don't give up on your hopes and dreams. But unfortunately, life keeps happening. No matter how hard you try. Okay, in July of 2024, I got to go to Sweden. I got to guest at Nergon and give another 2D concert in my new model, which was really cool. I've never seen a setup like Nergon in Sweden. Sorry, Nargon in Sweden. You guys say the with the dots as a not as a. Sweden was pretty pog. Everyone was really cool and really nice. The setup was everyone was sitting on the floor. It was at like a school building, and I was on the big screen on like a school auditorium stage, and everyone was sitting down, and it looked so cool and comfortable. I want to go again next year. I know that there is a winter one, and I have already been invited to another convention in Sweden, but I want to go back to Narcon if I can. It was really cool. Also in July, I adopted a second cat. Sir Fluffington is doing excellent, by the way. Greatest decision to get another child. I mean car. Now, in August is when conventions really ramped up, and I didn't realize how much we were doing until August rolled around. September is my busiest stream month every year. I'm gonna get to it in a little bit as to why. But August got really intense. I took a break in August, but before then I held a little reverse subathon where people pay me to shut the heck up, which was wonderful, by the way. I love this format of subathon where I work less for more money. God, I love money. I had a concert in the Netherlands at the convention called Abunai, which was really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the attendees, so I hope everyone had fun. I was streaming my end. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. If you were at Albany in the Netherlands, please let me know how it went. I also got to guest at VTuber Expo in the UK 1 day later. I had a little Tetris tournament, had a really good time. I won 2 out of 7 games, which was good for someone who doesn't know how to play Tetris really well. I had a really good time. I got to meet some of my friends at VTuber Expo. Some of my American friends came to VTuber Expo and we got to say hi to each other. It was a really, really cool convention. I am so glad to hear that VTuber Expo is coming back in the new year, and I'm gonna do my absolute best to be attending again. Even if it's not on an official capacity, maybe I can maybe I can iPad visit. In one way or another. Also in August, sorry, we did my most favorite video of all times over here on the YouTube channel. We did the one and only pencil chewing tier list. This is my favorite video we ever made. I got to chew on a bunch of pencils and let you guys know what the flavor, what the texture is. As an avid pencil chewer, my favorite of all time. Please go check it out. It's on the YouTube channel under tier lists. Sorry, I was getting distracted by the song. I also got to hold my 3D debut in August. This was all 1 week, by the way. I got to hold my 3D debut and another cool live concert over here on the YouTubes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was the 3D version of my cultivator model, which up to this point was a secret. Dun dun. We also had another VR chat meetup with everyone in chat. I barely ever hold those because they take a lot of organizing and a lot of getting chat there on time and a lot of things planned out. I'm not very good at VR chat. I don't even have a headset, but I got to meet everyone in person and that was wonderful. Also in August, we filmed my favorite ever podcast episode, which was my dad interview. You guys got to interview Major Weeb for me, and I got to read you all of the answers. I mean, my dad's robo voice got to read you all of the answers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to bring him on the podcast again in the future once he learns some English. Grunts, the 3D concert was really wonderful. Really? Thank you. I think this 3D concert, if I get to be completely honest, the August one was the most stressful one. I was really, really sick from June until the beginning of August. I'm still not fully recovered, but it was really stressful. It was really stressful to get everything set up on time. It wouldn't have happened without our wonderful community members, without Wits in particular, who helped optimize and work through stuff with me in the run-up to the debut as like tech support. Thank you, Wits. Thank you. This would not have happened without you whatsoever. Also in August, as I said, she's here on the table. Little holiday, little illustration is here on the table. I got to take my first ever break. I took almost an entire week off. We had some like small, relaxed chatting and a little bit of Wukong playing gaming stream, which was a great game, by the way. Really enjoyed it this year. One of my favorites of all time. I finally got to take some time off after 3 years straight of only working. No real days off. I think the only times I ever took time off up to that August was when I was really sick in hospital and I couldn't make it back on time. Father Omiya. Yes, Father Omiya. Lulu Papa real. The break was really, really nice. I had friends over. I got to talk to my family. We got to hang out. I got to clean my entire house. So I was still very productive, but I'm gonna start doing that a little bit more often. Actually really enjoyed taking a couple of days off every now and then. And it was needed because in September, from the very first day onwards, we did a whole month of subathon. I think there was one day in September that I had to take off for health stuff and doing errands and chores and stuff. But I existed for an entire month in the subathon, which was amazing. I would do it again. 1,000,000 out of 10. And I think if we had kept our timer regular without decreasing the time added per sub, we would still be going. There's this thing that happens with long-term subathons where the beginning of the month happens and the subs roll over and you're just there forever. I think during the subathon we looked up the one streamer that's been going for over 300 days who was running a subathon, and that was intense. Over 300 days? Crazy! House cleaning stream when? I've been thinking of doing a podcast episode last night. I had the idea. I really like ASMR. I was thinking we could do a podcast episode that's just me eating. And it's just, you guys know how on Twitch we have the category I'm Only Sleeping? That's an actual game, I guess. And people use it for their sleep streams all the time. Like, they go to bed during their subathon. They have the stream up for 8 hours, and it just shows the category we're only sleeping. I was thinking about, what if we do I'm just eating? And it's just me quietly, like, chewing, scrolling on my phone for an hour. Just a little eating a bunch of Doritos. Cable organizing stream? I would do that, but all of my cable management is freaking excellent. Thank you. Thank you, bear guy. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Where were we? We were on August, huh? August, September. I did enjoy that subathon. This was the longest ever sheepathon we have done. I'm aiming for more in the new year. I want to do my best. I want to do my absolute best to do an even longer subathon in the new year. So, please look forward to the annual little birthday sheepathon. September was really cool. In October, we got to hold another charity subathon for Fleece Haven Sheep Sanctuary, one of my favorite charities in the UK. They provide forever homes for abandoned sheep, injured sheep, and those sheep abandoned by their flock, or just random sheep found in the countryside. Go check them out. They're wonderful. You can adopt a sheep there. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Which was really, really sweet. I love Fleece Haven. I love charitying for them. In November of this year, we're catching up, chat. We're almost back here. We're almost back at today's date. Isn't that crazy? I got to debut this year a wonderful goth outfit. For those that are listening on the podcast, just imagine a goth purple sheep. If you're colorblind like me, I can't help you. Please Google. I do love the goth outfit. It was a stressful project because while I was managing everyone else, I completely neglected running my own stream and organizing my own stuff. So I had to kind of sneak 3 months of debut prep into 2 weeks. But we made it. We always make it, chat. We always come out on top. And I really enjoyed the outfit. This is the first time we ever made a casual outfit for the model. I've never had something that was wearable or even makeable outside of like a cosplay setting. So I'm really excited. If we do hold a in-person meet and greet in the new year, if we get the chance to, I would dress up as Lulu. 11 out of 10. The entire outfit is clothes from my wardrobe. I sent pictures and stock images of the clothes for that I own to my model artist, and I went, please enjoy, and she did. The goth outfit is really cool. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Also in November, I got to come out with a new line of merch with Uber it. I do really love Uber Market. We had a line of merch together back in 2021 when I was still just the goth mommy. And every time we get a new merch collaboration rolling in, it's the coolest thing ever. They are still available for the foreseeable future. If you guys want to get a keychain or some apparel, some hoodies, some sweatshirts, some t-shirts, some hats. We got caps. And we got the one and only little phone case. Yippee! If you guys want to match, this is your chance. This is your chance. Thank you, mods. Thank you for the link. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Now we're all the way caught up to December, chat. This month has been a little bit more busy. I got to hold another reverse subathon, which was wonderful. 48-hour reverse subathon! Final subathon of the year. Could you imagine we used to hold a subathon every month? For almost 2 years straight? That's crazy. Whoa. And also in December, this month, I got to release an interview with Morachi about VTubing in the business. About managing VTubers, about the difference between corporate and indie VTubers. Please go check it out. If you haven't already, it's over on the Twitter. And I also got to guest only a couple of days ago, 5 days ago. I was at Holiday Matsuri in Florida to hold an official meet and greet. This was my first invited by the convention as a guest meet and greet, which was really cool. Normally I hold meet and greets with my merch suppliers or with sponsors or as like a little robot guy. But this was the first time the convention was specifically going, you part of the event. Get on the screen and say hi to these people. And they had a really cool setup too. They had like headphones for each individual meet and greet booth. So it was a little bit more personal. And neither me nor the meet and greet guests had to listen to anything else that was going on in the convention center at the same time, which I thought was really cool. So you actually got to hear and understand me. There was no like echo or side noises or anything. The only downside was I couldn't hear anyone's friends when it was a group, so they had to pass the headphones on. They had to pass the little headset on every time. Florida was poggers though. I definitely want to come back next year. Was this it, chat? Wait, did I speedrun the whole thing? Whoa, your interview really highlighted some differences between corpos and indies. There are so many differences. There's so much that's done completely different. And I think that when people go into VTubing and they don't quite know what they want to do with their career, it can be really difficult to navigate like what you need to prepare if you ever audition for an agency or the way you conduct your entire streaming career, depending on if you want to stay indie. And then there's another big difference between if you're independent, between streaming for profit with the intent to have a career or streaming for fun because you enjoy it. Those are very different stories. Sebron, 80%! Thank you, Bergano. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd love to attend a meet and greet at some point in my life. I hope I get to come to Europe too. I really want to do more European conventions. The only difficulty with it is that a lot of these conventions would invite me for a daytime slot. And we stream at 3 p.m. I want to cancel weekend streams to be at the convention for 1 hour. That's so sad. So I gotta come up with something. Fun and big year. I'm looking forward to see what you do next and how you grow. Thank you, Mega. Thank you. Chat has been amazing this year. I've seen so many people that were here for the past years and years and years with their founders badges. Dropping into anniversaries. Dropping into anniversary streams and handcam streams. Renewing their subbies. Seeing their faces again was so cool. And then there's so many new people that joined us this year. We got new mods. We got new members of the community. We got the whole basement artist group who made a bunch of the little illustrations on the table today. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you. It's incredible. It's cool to see everyone else grow too. There's so many people in my chat that were, I want to start as a VTuber this year and I don't know what to do. And a lot of you guys followed your dreams. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see where you all go. Please keep me updated too. I'm only a couple of lines on the chat away. So, Chad, with the return of the Sheepium podcast, we have one more festive, a little bit less festive, one more winter solo episode prepared, where I'm going to be talking about VTubing in 2025. I just wanted to have a cool, little bit more relaxed guide here on the internet. So people that are starting out in 2025, either debuting for the first time or re-debuting, and get another cool chance at, you know, getting into VTubing properly without having to go and pay for a manager for months and months and months. While I do offer management services, I understand that my services are a luxury. It's really expensive, especially if you keep me on for a long, long time, not just for one project. And not everyone can afford that when they get started out in VTubing. I couldn't have. I started out with $400 and a bunch of handmade assets, and they were terrible. So I wanted to give everyone a fair chance in their journey in VTubing. If you guys want to, if you are a VTuber or an up-and-coming VTuber that is listening and or watching the video on YouTube right now, yippee! I do have a VTubing in 2025 Discord server over on my Twitter. Please go check it out. Hop on in. Once the server is public in a couple of days after this podcast goes live on Spotify, only a couple of days later, you guys will be able to join freely and network and make new friends and new connections for a lifetime of entertainment and fun and content creation. After mid-January, I'm going to take a couple of days off in January because it is one of my family members' wedding. Yippee! So I'll be gone for a couple of days because I have to go and travel to that wedding. Oh, wow. But once I'm back, I'll be moving back to the interview-style podcast, and we'll be bringing on some really cool VTubers and IRL creators. Oh, I'm really excited. You guys know when VTubers get interviews on shows and they put up the little, like, big TV screen and they talk to the screen as if the VTuber was there? Or they green screen someone onto, like, a TV screen afterwards? This is going to be the IRL streamers that are guesting on my podcast. You guys will have to take the screen this time. That's how it works. Poggers. That sounds amazing. I have to check it out. Of course. Please. Please enjoy. I'm really looking forward to the guest interviews. I have 7 guests already booked for the new year, and we're going to be moving to a format that is every other week. So unless we have a subathon, 2 episodes per month over here on the YouTubes and over on Spotify. They will be a little bit shorter. We're moving on to like a 1-hour format. Because licensing for podcasts is spicy expensive. But if you guys want to, please come back and check us out over on the Sheepium podcast on Spotify and on YouTube. I wanted to give a big thanks again to our sponsors, Turtle Beach and Gamer Subs. Get 10% off your Turtle Beach order with code Kuromiya. Link is in the chat and in the description below. And if you guys want to, stay as awake as I am today, fully caffeinated. 10% off your Gamer Subs with code HOLYSHEEP. One word at checkout. Link is also in the description below. I'm so excited for that. No, wait, chat, any final words before I crawl back into bed? It's a Friday. I got sheep to do. And I'm ready to go and have a good rest. Thank you for the podcast. Thank you for the podcast link mods. Thank you. I wanted to thank my wonderful chat for a beautiful... I mean, it's not really a solo episode. You guys were here this entire time. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for being my guest today. And I will see all of you guys again tomorrow over on Twitch. It's Saturday, gamers. You guys know what that means. We're going to play spooky games over on Twitch. 3 p.m. GMT. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the Burgerlanders on the East Coast. And otherwise, I'll see you over here on the YouTubes next week, Friday, for a fresh new episode at 5 p.m. GMT. That's noon Eastern Time for the Burgerlanders on the East Coast. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Have a wonderful night. I wish all of my rams a wonderful good night. Don't let the degenerates bite you. I love you. You're valid. Goodbye and good night. See you in the new year. Bye-bye, chat. Mwah.